everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Coralienya and today I'm bringing you with me for a ride to a coastal world tour location. Now let's challenge the weather, let's challenge the history and let's have some fun. Now come on everybody! In 1940, the Germans managed to occupy a really important airfield in this area and the cities around it. Some days after the German invasion, the Allies wanted to surprise the Germans with a surprise attack. They did it from the sea with the help of a warship and destroyers. Their goal was the German occupants at the airfield. During the attacks, the warships started to have communication problems with the destroyers. This gave the Germans time enough to come back with a counterattack that was super strong. Despite being heavily bombed by the German aircrafts, the warship had to bail just in time, but 33 men on board that ship lost their lives that day. Now, in fear of another attack by the Allies, the Germans in this area built a fortification with the purpose of protecting them from attacks from the coastline. And this naval battery that we are near was put into operation June 1940. During World War II, a lot of these forts were built in different sizes along this coastline. They had the purpose of protecting the country against an Allied invasion, but to also protect the German ships along this coast. These establishments were a big part of what is so-called the Atlantic Wall. So today everybody, I wish to do a small show and tell of this area because the last days and weeks we have severe problems with storm and blizzards in our area, so it made it really difficult to film. But I hope today will be a small tour for you guys and that you enjoy it, and let's continue walking. Now this huge chunk of concrete behind me is the ammunition bunker used to store and protect the Germans' ammunition on this fortification site. And down here on the right side of this whole ammunition bunker, we have probably like a small shelter for the German soldiers. And up here we have the roof. We're gonna go on top of there now. On the side here we have the small shelter we were in, and on the right side we can see the top part of the ammunition bunker, extremely covered in snow, but you can kind of like get an image of the size of it by looking at this whole line here. So now we're gonna get to the roof. Down there underneath us is the whole bunker, and want to see something interesting? The whole roof here is covered in trees. So it really is good in camouflaging itself right now in these days. This artifact in front of us here could be the top part of the ventilation pipe for this bunker. So now it's just standing on a stick, but it was probably attached to the roof somewhere underneath the snow. I actually found two of these, and these might be the parts where those like artifacts for the ventilation top parts would have come from. You see it? This is the second one, and this might be where that metally thingy was attached to. And in the environment, one of those holes are here, the second one is here. So everybody, despite the bad weather, it is really nice to be outside in the snow, and it feels really nice when everything is sunny, windy, quiet, and I hope you feel some of that joy too. But I have a question for you. Which one of you have experience with tracking animal footprints in the snow? I saw so many footprints around in this area and it made me really curious, and I really enjoyed to do that up in the mountains, but feel free to comment in the comment section below if you have some experience with that. I would really appreciate that, and let's continue on this small tour. Now this area in front of us is a bit special. Whether or not it would be snow here or not, it would still look the same. But the reason it's important is because for this fortification in this area, with the stairway area over there, there used to be crew barracks, and a bit to the left over here again, there's a crew bunker. You can see a slight outline here of the fundament for the crew barracks. And over here, you have the stairway that will again lead to the crew bunker in the back. For safety reasons, we're not going to move into the crew bunker. It consists of probably 2 rooms and it's probably super soaked with water after all these weeks with super snow and blizzards. So it's not a good idea. So we're just gonna move up to the coast and check what's there. Come on, guys. And in this placement, with the fortification behind me, there used to be a 2-centimeter anti-aircraft gun. From the top, you can see that anti-aircraft position. A bit down from that top, you can see a fence made out of rocks. That would work as a small protection barrier, leading us to our next interesting object in this area. Now take a look at this. Now this little funky architecture that we're standing underneath was used by the Germans as a bomb shelter, or in German, a Wellenblech. Now in this area, straight in front of us there, something really important was set up there. Now this circular area around me here used to be the spot for a German searchlight, for the Germans to be able to surveil and monitor both land and sea straight in front of us. This is a simplified overview over the area. Up in the north, we can see the airfield that the Germans occupied, 7 kilometers away, specifically here. That's where we are right now, facing the North Sea. I can now show you the small overview of the area, so you can see that it's too big to go through everything at once. But this is just to show you some of the small things that is to be found on this fortification site, built by the Germans during World War II. So my original plans was to go into the mountains and show you something quite interesting there, but I have to reduce myself as a result of bad weather, so I'm taking you with me on this small tour today, and I really hope you enjoy it. If you like more of these videos, small or big adventures outside or related to World War II, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, put a thumbs up, leave a comment or a question in the comment section below. I would really appreciate that. Now let's continue our small walk. Now that's how you want to get down a hill, by saving energy. Now one really interesting thing about the area around me and this channel that goes behind me and out towards the sea is that this area was actually covered with German mines. Some months ago I was still able to find parts of their mines in this valley. This area right now is not too good for metal detecting. Everything is slushy, frozen, or super muddy. But have any of you guys started the metal detecting season yet? Or are some of you still waiting for the summer? I was just enjoying the coastal part of this area until I actually jumped over more wire from the Germans. There is so much of it. I just find a lot of these wires all over the place. You can see their distinguished double twist here if you follow the line. Super sharp and spiky. Well, I do not know why, everybody, but the Jaffa cakes from the store, they were completely sold out. So today, it's only coffee on the menu, but I'm enjoying the view so far. It's just always nice to be at the coastline. So with this, I got a question for you. What type of landscape do you find yourself the most home in? Me, myself, I'm a coastal person, so let's enjoy this coffee together. So good. It is a pure pleasure to be outside in nature, and it's a really big privilege. So for all of you who doubt themselves going outside, I want to poke you on the shoulder and say, get out there. Use your chance now. Take your shoes on, go out there, create some wild memories. It's never too late, and you're not going to regret it. I just saw the most beautiful raven pass me, and it did a 360, and I think I can actually mimic the sound. Tell me if I'm crazy or if I actually sound like a raven. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's okay to be crazy in nature. And at this top spot, there used to be a German directional radar placed here facing towards the Northern Sea. And this was most likely a guard post down there. So we're moving ourselves away from the directional radar, and look what I found. This looks interesting. Let's go check it out. In front of us here, we can actually see the small pathway that leads us to the firing control bunkers the Germans had on top here. One part of the exit for this bunker was actually near the directional radar spot. And on the right side here, this is probably, if I assume, if somebody knows better than me, then sure, feel free to add some stuff in the comment section. But I think this could be a ammunition pocket. Further in here, we have the place that used to be actually the opening for the whole bunker. But in the modern days now, it has been taken over by the modern defense. So we're not going to check that out, but this is at least where the Germans made their top point of this fortification. Now the firing control bunker was up here, and if we go a tiny bit more down, we can see an interesting structure here. That was actually the crew bunker. Now let's go down and check it out. The stairways we came down from, and here the crew bunker. Now let's see what's inside here. Let's use our flashlight. 1, 2, and let's check it out. Most likely you will see modernized structures in here from the modern defense. If you also take a look in here, I can literally feel cold air coming from there, so that could be a part of the ventilation system. Not sure if that is modern or not, but specifically this one here also definitely used for ventilation. We are now back again on the outside, super stormy, windy, and right in front of us here you can actually see a fundament, the outlines of old housing, and that was actually German crew barracks. And around these areas there is a lot of trash piles and trenches, so very interesting place. Now we're gonna walk and check out some other interesting parts of this area. Take a look at this interesting position. This is a spot for the 88mm anti-aircraft gun. It's really huge. Let's go through it, guys. Wow, look at that. Look at this, everybody. This might be the small pathway that leads to another interesting thing. Wow, look at that, everybody. Another one of the 88mm anti-aircraft gun positions. I do believe that some of the farmers in these areas and the local cities around were not too satisfied with the Germans' big project out here at the coast. What do you think? Now what could this weird stony structure on our right be? Wow, look at that. Let's take a look, everybody. Wow. Now this, everybody, is the place where a German Fumo used to stand. Or in other simpler words, a German raider. This is a small overview over the Fumo, or the German raider. It was fit in there, and that's where we were. And I was just walking here and I actually found one more, a third one of the 88mm anti-aircraft gun positions, straight near the coast with the beautiful waves and the coastline. We are now in a different bunker. That is a mixed bunker between the old German occupants' bunker and the modern defense. Now a lot of these rooms are over flooded with water and the exit is closed off. And let's check if there is something else to see here. I see some stairways. Let's go down there. For those of you who are curious and wonder about the air quality down here, don't worry, there are like 3 or 4 other exits or entrances here, so there's a good blowout with air from all angles. And it smells ocean in here, so pretty safe. This bunker was used by the modern defense, but also some parts of it was built with the Germans. So you can see empty rooms so far, probably storage room for, I don't know, anybody got any ideas? The crew, ammunition, other necessities, who knows? Some ventilation up there. And these doors are of course closed, but the original bunker door is on the front side. It's time to get up and check some of the other stuff on the top. And as you can see, everything, is super flooded. We're actually standing near something quite interesting right now. This is a bunker, and I'm going to show you what's inside it because it had a really important role for this whole facility. Now let's go. Wow, look at this. We're going straight down there. As we can see in front of us, there is a lot of garbage. Everything is filled with water. There is one room to the left here that we will check afterwards, and we're going in this room. If I'm honest, it does smell a bit diesel in here. It smells a bit old combined with a more modern smell. And the whole bunker is mainly as it was before, except the modern parts, which is from the modern defense. But besides this, everything is semi as it was. Now in this area, there used to be a diesel generator, and this one provided electricity to the whole facility outside and around us. Maybe this was the exhaust pipe for the diesel generator. What do you guys think? And if we're checking the other room, let's step over some rocks here. Oop, gotta step careful. We again got some modern things in here. We will just ignore those, but this is the remains of the German occupants, and they made this bunker, and it's really big. Now this is a bunker we're not too interested in staying long in. It smells diesel and moldy, so we're gonna head out and see what we can find. Think about that. Everything inside that bunker straight in front of us here generated electricity or power for the whole battery in this area. That's amazing. We follow this trench here. You can see that it's all covered up in rocks, most likely because the farmers after the war didn't want to see or be reminded of the Germans' activity here in this field. Right in front of us we have a machine gun bunker. Hard to see because of the snow, but you can see the trench here. And this is the structure of the machine gun bunker. Now in this area, there are several of these 17-centimeter artillery gun positions. And this is another establishment for the 17-centimeter artillery gun. And within this structure there is also several of these compartments, which probably was their ammunition storage spots. Now before we call it a day, I wanted to show you this structure. This is a special place for the whole facility in this area, because the Germans had their own field hospital. Now, some of you might be wondering what happened in this area. Well, not a single shot was fired from this fort. This whole area's purpose was to defend the airfield that we talked about in the beginning against an attack from the sea. But this area was not effective against air attacks because it was too far away from the airfield. After the failed attack, the Allies never came to this airfield or other cities around by sea and attacking the German occupants by ships. Now, the defense forces in this region took over this whole facility when the war ended in 1945. Now, this is the end of our small coastal journey today. I hope you had fun. It was a real pleasure to be able to share this with you. And until next time, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, put a thumbs up, leave a comment or a question in the comment section below. And remember, never stop exploring and always keep on moving. I'll see you!